Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jackal Racing Cup Series. I am your host, Crash, and today we are coming at you live from Homestead, Miami Motor Speedway, the former host of the NASCAR Cup Series final race of the season. And today it's going to be hosting some pretty good Jackal Cup Series racing action. We're going to get started with our grid walk shortly. Our last race is winner, Yikes Piano, won the pole for this race. Let's go ahead and get a couple of ears on this guy. Yikes, can you hear me? Very good. So you won the pole for this track, got a brand spanking new livery, looks clean as hell, if I do say so myself. How are you feeling about today? That's good. That's good. That's good. We're getting word from the little birds on the street that the tire compounds for this particular race have been lowered in durability after too few pit stops in the last race. Have you done anything in your strategy to possibly conserve tires? Any kind of setup changes? What are you thinking? And how are you going to manage to do that exactly? Are you going more on the positive camber on the car setup? Are you going to run that high line so you don't get all those marbles stuck on there? Like what's going to be the main contributing factor to you saving these tires? Not overdriving the car. Gotcha. All right, well, thank you very much, Yikes. We will see you out there on the track. All right, so that's good. We got the 18 car, Yikes Piano. Smart Coder's unable to be here today, so as a result, Beast will be subbing in for him in that 12 car, getting second position. AJ will be in our 77, who qualified in third. Trainwreck in fourth place, the man who took flight a few weeks ago. Carter in that 76 car, looking good, loving the livery, qualifying in fifth. Sixth place, we've got Sleesher and that Xfinity 21. Coming back, we've got Nightblade in seventh in that 99 car. Polar Garrett in the 33. In eighth place, ninth, we've got Zayden Core 34 in that Coca-Cola number 34 Toyota Camry. Bringing up our top 10 will be wide receiver in the GameStop 23 car. Then we've got Creasm in that 27 Toyota. Still rocking with the Toyota scheme instead of the Canadian Tire. I love it. We've got another guest who was here for the first race of the season, Brian NASA Space, here in the number 9 car, bringing up our 12th position. Brian NASA Space, how are you doing today? Which one is he? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Brian, how are you doing today? There he is. Oh, boy. That's a muted soundboard. How you doing today?
Oh, yeah, I forgot I had that on. My bad. I'm doing very good.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I just muted it.
Doing very good. Yeah.
Again, we were talking to the Polster Yikes Piano about, obviously the change in tire compounds today. You're starting out in the back here, 13th position. What happened during qualifying? What put you back here so far?
Let's just say the Taco Bell was too much. I wasn't able to make it to qualifying.
Fair enough.
Well, thankfully there's a couple spots, so
very good. I guess you've learned your lesson. You're going to have to get Qdoba next time. Moving on, we saw you out there in happy hour. You had a small collision with the 76 car that resulted in you knocking out some wheel alignment. How did you guys get that damage repaired, and how are you feeling about the car's handling? What caused that collision?
It's just the shocks package overall. It just sucks. But we just put a little bit of bubble gum and some duct tape, and I think it'll be good enough to get 1 point at least.
Gotcha. The sway bar, the camber, all of these things are going to be very important since we're talking about, the tire package, right? They're going to be much less durable than they were last week. Certainly much less durable since you were last with us. What's going to go into the driving and the setup of the car to keep these tires healthy?
I don't have any plans. I'm just here to get a point for my team since, well, I mean, Wide's here now, but nobody else is here. I'm kind of just I'm trying to keep the team alive somehow.
Gotcha. Just good old starting park then.
Just drive it in the corner and pray and hope that I somehow take a lead.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than your first lap at Daytona. Much love, Brian, and we will see you out on the track.
Yes.
All right. All right, and we are getting ready for the most famous words in all of motorsports. Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines! And here we go. The greatest spectacle in all of sports here in the Jackal Racing Cup Series. We will be getting these pace laps out of the way, and everybody is looking fired up to be here. They're going to get the clear from race control to start. Looks like, just some pre-race banter going down in the chat. Full throttle, close your eyes, and pray. All three of those at once, and you just might make it happen. We'll have to see what exactly we've got going in here today. And there was somebody that we did not mention. Outery in that 97 car will be bringing up our 14th position. Sorry, I'm missing out on you, Outery. But yeah, we've got 14 cars, a very large oval that is ready to have some rubber slung onto it. Super excited to get this underway. Outery's still got that stupid looking hat that sticks through the roof of his car. But that is besides the point. Yikes Piano will be leading us to the green flag momentarily as soon as we get the clear from race control. Till that, we're going to be just waiting. Very clean. It looks like, again, Yikes Piano will now take off. They are leaving pit road. Once again, to remind you of your qualifying order. That first row is going to be Beast in the 12, Yikes Piano on pole in the number 18. Bringing up your second row, we've got AJ in the 77, and then, we've got Trainwreck. Whoa, what happened with Trainwreck back there? What in the world? His car is upside down. How in the world does he manage that? What in the world? So he respawns the car, no livery, just going into straight orange Chevrolet. I'm liking this already. And again, we got a couple of pace laps left to go as the 88 trying to stay on the lead lap. Seems to have gotten things together. He was in the second row before that happened. We saw him kind of hit the wall, and then his car ended up upside down. Luckily, it seems to be no worse for wear. He's going to start hightailing it back up to the field. As we were saying, AJ and Trainwreck should be in that second row, that 77 Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Chevrolet looking very, very nice. We got New Carter bringing up our third row with Sleesher in that Xfinity 21. Loving the 76 car. Loving the way this thing looks. Going back into our fourth row, we got Nightblade 3910 in the Freeway 99. And then Polar Garrett in that American Cancer Society number 33. Bringing up our fifth row, we've got Zayden Core 24 in that Coca-Cola 34 car, and wide receiver in that GameStop 23. Bringing up our sixth row, we've got Creasm in that 27, who I actually believe is being subbed out by NASCAR is awesome. And then Outery will be in that 6th row as well. And then bringing up our 7th and final row, obviously, will be Outery. So in the 6th row, we will have Brian Nassaspace, who I think everybody is looking forward to watching race today. Pace car lights are off. We are green this lap, and it is looking like it is going to be a very, very special day today. Again, more contact. Everybody just kind of waiting for that green flag to fly. You can see them. They're getting anxious already, making contact with the bumpers. This is setting up to be probably the best race of all the season. And it's looking pretty good so far. And again, we talked about it right in the pre-race, those tire compounds. It's just all going to depend on who saves tires, who goes the distance on their rubber. We'll have to see. I'm interested to see if those marbles on the bottom lane play any kind of factor into it. Obviously, it gets very slick down there. We saw him kind of struggling a little bit during happy hour. We saw Brian Nassaspace and Trainwrecks both have collisions, and the 76 of New Carter got into a slide, but we're rounding turn 4 into the restart zone. Green flag is waving. We are underway at Homestead Miami Speedway. Looking like a very sunny day today. Great day for some racing, as Trainwrecks already making contact. With that, they're 3 wide behind the leaders. That was Sleesher there for a moment, who takes over Trainwreck's spot, and the 77 is dropping like a rock. The 12 of Beast going for the lead. On the bottom, he gets into the 18. The 18 goes around, hard into the outside wall. The 12 saves it, but yikes, Piano. Oh, no. Gets turned from the lead, tried to go 3 wide, ran out of space. And we've got another one spinning up there. It's Beast. The 12 also goes around as the yellow comes out here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And you can take another look at it right there. They went 3 wide. Beast just trying to make his car fit somewhere that really wasn't optimal. Got hit in the quarter panel by Sleesher, and at the same time gave the 18 a little bit of a nudge. And, you know, these tires are cold. They don't have a whole lot of grip. And that is exactly what happened. We are still green. The yellow was out for a brief second, but the leaders are still fighting. New Carter in 3rd place after the incident. Sleesher and Trainwrecks both move to 1 and 2. Sleesher pulls to the bottom to defend his line. Trainwrecks trying to pull it around the outside. Sleesher slides up the track. Trainwrecks crosses him up, trying to make the pass. Doesn't have the exit. Sleesher maintains the lead. And we go into lap number 4. Still some hard racing back there. Wide receivers made his way all the way up to 4th. Being chased by Brian Nassaspace. Hard into the wall he goes. Big wall contact right there. That is going to slow him down big time. That'll give Brian Nassaspace an opportunity. They're going to try and push each other. Remember, these two are teammates. Talking about it before the race. You know, and oh, we've got one sideways back there. It's NASCAR. NASCAR made contact with the 34. Seems okay on damage. Nothing too crazy. As we go back up towards the front, getting overtaken by Nightblade here. And Nightblade, can he make the pass? No, he will not. Now, it's pretty well understood that Yikes Piano has the fastest car out here today. But will he be able to make up for that lap 1 incident? He also did make contact with the wall. Wheel alignment looks to be fine. Is he going to try and go 3 wide around the outside? Still fighting. Gives the 99 a shove. And the 27 will get overtaken and lose 2 places. NASCAR's awesome down to 10th. Yikes Piano already back up to 9th. Now working underneath Nightblade, using those tires. The problem with this situation that arises is that Yikes Piano has to use a lot of his tires getting back up towards the front. You can see after just 6 short laps, he's already down 6% on that front right. And as a result of pushing the car as hard as he can, those tires are not going to be able to last as long as the guys up front, Sleesher and Trainwrecks, are just taking it nice and easy right here. They are on easy street as the rest of the pack moves on behind them. Now diving into turn 3. Trainwreck looks like he was getting close there for a moment. Sleesher still maintains the lead. We've got Brian Nassaspace making a move for 4th back there. Got on the quarter panel for a second, but could not find the exit. Wide receiver starts running away with that 4th place. And, gets into the wall as well. That's not good. We've got one spinning. It's Trainwreck. Trainwreck is into the wall hard. And he has lost a lot of ground on Sleesher and will be overtaken by New Carter 11. And now as he slides up the track, the 88 gives him a bump. That's going to bunch all of these guys together. Look at the Slees, and now Carter into the wall. Carter hits the 88. They all go spinning to avoid him. And they do get by him on the low side, and that's going to be big damage for the 76. The yellow is out. Smoke billowing from the engine compartment. The wheel alignment is broken. And he's going to try and limp this thing back into the pits, and that is exactly what Beast and Yikes Piano needed. Right there, and now as we go back to the race, back to the line, they're going to keep going. It looks like Sleesher will lead us back to the line. Trainwreck's trying to get 2nd, and Yikes trying to move up into 4th. He had a heck of a run building up before that crash. And man, that is really unfortunate for New Carter. He just slides up the track there on the outside, hits the wall, and that is going to be a big problem. Still unable to pit. Spent the rest of that lap on the apron and will be coming to pit road this time. As the rest of us go under caution, Sleesher will lead the field to pit road. Bit of a gap between the 23 and the 18. 18 starting to close up. Yikes Piano's got that first pit stall. Keep that in mind. He could very easily win this battle on pit road. We got 166 to go. Wide will be the first man into his pit stall. Sleesher now into his Yikes Piano, driving through the 12th stall and into his. First man out of the stall appears to be wide receiver, who does get by Sleesher, and unsafe release on the 88. Wide receiver will win the race off pit road. Sleesher in 2nd, and I'm not sure if the 88 is going to get a penalty for that. He saw 2 guys were too wide outside of him and released anyway, made contact with the 23. Doesn't appear to be any damage, but still, you wonder if that draws a penalty. So far, race control is quiet. And Yikes Piano lost a good bit of positions on that pit road battle. And by a good bit, I mean exactly 1 position. Brian Nassaspace also not in a good position after that. His pit crew kind of let him down right there. And now, after we pass the finish line this time, this should be the final lap of caution. Still got a long day ahead of us from Miami, Florida. Looks like a great day so far. We will have to see how this goes. We got 2 laps to go until we go green. It's just such a hard situation for New Carter. He's still sitting in those pits trying to get that stuff fixed. And yeah, that is going to be rough. There's no caution clock in the Jackal Racing Cup Series, but you start to wonder, like, when is it optimal to kind of call this done and dusted? And after the smoke starts piling up, New Carter 11 is back out, and the damage appears mostly repaired. Now, wide receiver will lead them back to the green flag. After this pass, they will go double file. And it looked like we were setting up for a good run there. Definitely a lot different from the normal runs that we have here in this racing series. Usually they're very caution-filled slugfests, especially on the super speedways, but all things considered, could definitely be worse. And again, coming down the back straightaway, we welcome you back to Miami, Florida. Looks like a great day. And we're going to be rounding turn 3 and 4 for the final time under caution. Everybody just trying to get these tires warm. Yikes Piano looking to make up the ground that he lost due to the lap 1 incident. Same with Beast in that 12 car. Smart Coders Championship points are going to have taken a hit, especially with Yikes Piano winning the last few races. Green flag waves. They are bumper to bumper, door to door, as wide receiver gets a run on the bottom. Big push from the 88 of Trainwrecks. They almost go 3 wide behind him, and they are 3 wide behind him. Yikes Piano had a look there on the bottom for a split second. Big push from the 21. Now he goes in for second place. He's going to go on the bottom, try and shove him up. The 23 makes contact with the wall. Contact again with the 21. That could potentially cause some damage, sent it too hard into the corner. And as a result, oh, we've got one spinning back there. Polar Garrett sideways manages to keep it together. Made contact with Carter in that 76 car. And the 33 stays on track. And Yikes Piano is making up quite a bit of ground. Big push from the 88. And the 88 will try and get underneath him, has the quarter panel, but doesn't quite have the exit. Nightblade trying to go around the 34 on the outside. He's going to have him. Does he try and pull an Alex Albin here? No, he doesn't. Going on that high line. Schleicher holds the bottom, defends his line. It seems like overtaking on the outside isn't really possible on this track, but we've got a man going for it right now, and his name is Yikes Piano. Big shove from the 88, the 21, down onto the apron. They're 3 wide behind him for third. And the yellow does come out. We've got a big crash. Big crash. Brian Nassa Space is involved. Aldery is sideways and backwards on the exit of turn 4. And that will be the race back. Yikes Piano back into the lead to no one's surprise. Man, Brian Nassa Space, we're going to have to take a look at the replay to see what kind of happened right there. I mean, that is just really, really rough. And, yeah, really, really unfortunate for those guys. We were looking at the battle for the lead. Couldn't quite get a glimpse of what exactly happened. But now, looks like Yikes Piano will lead them onto pit road. He's got that first pit stall. So we will see what happens. And he's going to stay out. Oh, pit road is closed. We're hearing from race control. And the red flag is out. Server restart is imminent. Apparently, a lot of these guys are complaining about lag and some other issues. So we're going to go to a quick server restart. We will see you all here in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our sunny day here in Miami, Florida at Homestead Miami Speedway. We are going back to good stuff. So our server restart is complete, and it's looking like it's going to be a fun time as we get everybody up off the back straight. I'm going to try and get them organized. We should be going green this lap, or 3 to green, excuse me, what we're getting from race control. So all things considered, now that the server has been restarted, things should be going a lot smoother now. We will be free of going green for 5 laps and then crashing. Maybe even less than that. I don't know. We'll see. See, Brian Nass's space is on the apron. I don't think he's got anything wrong with his car. I think he's just trying to find his way to the rear. Very interesting. Even though he was quite up there when the server did restart, it seems he's going to the rear. Also, we've got a new addition to the field. DSA Majors in that Toyota 00. Very clean looking. However, he will be starting from the rear since he was late to the start time. So, all things considered, could be a lot worse for that 00 team. Race control seems very lenient today. New Carter still in the rear of the field as well after that very unfortunate engine incident. But we will have to see what happens. We will be going green this lap. They will start double filing out. And that should be that. Train wrecks bringing up that second place. We'll see how it goes. And they show both of these guys telemetry. You can kind of already see with the throttle inputs. It seems I'm not sure what the speed limit is under caution. I'm pretty sure it's 80. Pretty sure it's 80. That's what the word on the street is. So it's very interesting looking at some of this telemetry, seeing how fast some dudes are really going. But that's besides the point. It is 80 miles per hour. We are getting confirmed. And it is, in fact, 80 miles an hour on that outside lane. Going 82 is Trainwrecks. As we come to the green flag, green, 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 we are back underway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Trainwreck off to a very, very good start. He'll have to make it work on the outside. Won't quite work. Sleesher is there on the bottom. They do make slight contact. They'll be 3 wide on the back straightaway. Zaydenkor will concede his position. So we see Sleesher now. Oh, 88's making hard contact with the wall. Hard into the wall goes the 88, and I think that might have messed up his wheel alignment. They will be opening pit road for him, but that is not what he wanted to see happen. Now, fighting for the lead is Sleesher, trying to stay in the wake of that 18 car. So Trainwreck off to a very rough start after that wall hits. And a little bit of contact with the wall that 34 got right there. Still battling behind them. Brian Nass's space hard into the wall. Goes the 33 car. Polar Garrett taking serious damage. That is not good. And he will also be going to pit road. So we've got 2 cars down already and 2 more up to bat. This looks like we've got another pass on the bottom back there. Sleesher trying to make it stick. The tires should be warming up now. Still nothing. Lays the block on the 34. That will slow him down. Now he's got the draft trying to make the pass. Instead, he's going to just bump him out of the way. Going wide is the 18, new leader, 21. Tries to cross him up and will do so successfully. Has the quarter panel, but cannot quite complete the pass. So Sleesher has now moved to the lead. As Yikes Piano will be attempting to try and... Oh, we've got a car spinning. Not sure who it is. Looks like it was DSA Majors, they're saying, was spinning on the front straightaway. We'll not be able to get a look at that as Sleesher and Yikes Piano continue to battle for the lead. Trainwreck still in a very, very bad position here. Sleesher still trying to hold off the attack for the lead, but this time Yikes Piano gets underneath him. And there will be a new leader, the 18 car. Zayden Course trying to throw his hat into the ring. All three of them are trained up on a Saturday afternoon. And Sleesher tries to make the bottom stick, and he will. They're door to door after rounding turn 4. No contact between them, but you better believe that's going to change here in a moment. Push from the 34. Now Sleesher on the bottom. They both go high. 18, contact with the wall. He'll go down. And now the 34 of Zaydencore making contact with the 21. Still banging doors on the back straightaway. Now into the wall goes the 21 below the white line. Going into the turn at a bad angle. They both hit the wall. And now the 18 is into the 34. Absolute pandemonium in turn 4. Sleesher comes away with the lead. And Yikes Piano will be in second place as we check on Beast back there. Currently fighting with Brian Nassaspace for those 6th place honors. Trying to make it happen, nothing comes of it. Coming up on a lapped car are the leaders. Zaydencore seems to have let off the gas. It's like we were talking about earlier, right? Those tires, they can't keep doing this, right? You cannot keep fighting for the lead. At some point, you just have to settle into your position and, you know, get ready for the long haul. And I think that's exactly what these guys are doing. After a few short laps, tires are looking decent still. So all eyes are on those tires as the new compound begins to make itself known. Just barely getting those left sides on the white line there is the 18. Zaydencore and Yikes Piano are catching up to Sleesher. Yikes Piano has the faster car, but the better car control so far goes to Sleesher. He's been able to put his car in positions going into corners that make it very difficult for Yikes Piano and Zaydencore to hang on to their leads. And now Yikes Piano is going to get a shot going into turn 3 here. Elects to just stay in the wake. And now looks to the inside. It's too little too late. And as a result, loses a lot of speed. Zaydencore still trying to make it happen as we've got one in the wall back there. While these three are fighting for the lead. As they round this section of the track. Outery trying to chase down Brian Nassaspace. Zaydencore hanging down. It looks like he's just kind of waiting in the wings here for either of these two to make a big mistake that will just give him a free position. You see him make some contact with the wall right there. And oh, we've got one on the apron. Who is that? Wide receiver. Or excuse me, that's not wide receiver. That is Polar Garrett on the apron. Trying to get back up to racing speed. Wheel alignment damage is present, and that could potentially become a problem. Now, back to the leaders. Sleesher trying to hang on to P1. Rounding turn 4, Yikes Piano continues to gain time. It looks like he's going to get another look at him on the back straightaway. Still going to keep going for it here. Good exit for both of them, but Yikes Piano's got the draft, hits the wall a little bit. Now elects to just give him the push and stay in the wake for another lap. And now it looks like he wants to try and get underneath him. Sleesher just barely squeezes down in time. Closes the window. Yikes Piano concedes, and lap 30 will go to Sleesher. Still only 0.6 back is that 34 car. Keep your eye on him. These three seem to be the class of the field so far. Again, as we go back towards the rear of the field, NASCAR is awesome, putting that 27 car in a great position to score a lot of points. And Beast Now chasing down Nightblade. This is going to be very important for the championship. Beast has to get a top 3 finish today. With how many races that Yikes Piano has been winning, he absolutely must get a top 3 finish if he wants to keep Smart Coder in this championship. So this pass on Nightblade, very important. They're side by side up there. Sleesher getting into the wall, and now Zaydencore will try and push him. So Yikes Piano has to stay low. As a result, he will have lower entry speed. And that is going to cause Sleesher to get right back up to the bumper, now trying to go around the outside. Yikes Piano closes the door, and he'll stay in the wake on the front straightaway. Big push again from the 21. That's going to cause the 18 to go wide. Now the 21 cuts down hard into turn number 2. Trying to complete the pass, and he will close the door on the 18 car. Yikes Piano's going to get another look at him. He elects to just stay nice and passive right there, and will get into that left rear a little bit. Sleesher does a good job keeping it under control. That's going to let the 34 get back into this. And it seems like the 34's plan is to just keep these two ahead of him, let them wreck each other, and then he wants to end up with the lead. I believe that's his strategy. We take a look at the tires here. That right front already down to 84%. They will need to pit before this thing is over. Fuel also starting to run a little bit low. They're all just about halfway through the tank at this point. Now Yikes Piano trying to make it happen on the outside. Highly unlikely. Does get the door closed on him before he can get the bumper in there. Going into turn 1. Yikes Piano in the middle. Sleesher started out on the bottom, slid up the track. More contact between the 18 and 21. These three have been trading paint all day long. Zaydencore thought he had enough speed, pulled to the inside. All that air hit the grill of that Toyota Camry. And yeah, he paid for it immensely in that straight line speed. Now moving into 140 to go. As Yikes Piano still loves that middle groove, the 34 making contact with the wall behind him. Still, these three, I mean, have we ever seen anything like this? These three are just battling it out, duking it out over and over for the lead. Aldery has made his way up into 4th. So good on him. Or no, he hasn't, excuse me. That is still NASCAR's awesome. Nightblade has fallen down. And Beast is up to 5th place. So again, more championship implications right there. Still trying to make it happen. Little bit of light contact with the wall still. Yikes Piano on that bottom trying to get the exit speed. Does have the speed, trying to get the bumper on the inside. Couldn't quite get the car to turn. Makes more contact with the rear of Sleesher. And now you start to wonder, is Zaydencore going to make his move? He seems to be able to gain a lot of time whenever these two up front make contact. I wonder if he's going to use those as an opportunity to catapult himself into 2nd or 1st place. I have to see what happens. The 18 gives the 21 a bit of a bump. More contact between them. You heard the tires screech a little bit for that 21 car. Still waiting in the wings is that 34. Yikes Piano just hanging out. Eventually that engine is going to overheat if he keeps sitting in this draft. So he's got to make his move pretty soon. He risks blowing that engine. And now, when we're hearing on the radio, the crew chief for the 18 said that the data is looking like the current engine temperature is 214 degrees. So it's getting a little steamy. Yeah, still getting a little steamy, but we're still got a long way to go before that engine is in danger. Still trying to make things happen on the inside. I think his tires have just started to give up on him. That front right is down to 80%, whereas Sleesher's is on 77, so he's been fighting even harder. And it looks like Beast getting into it a little bit with Aldery back there. We're hearing from race control that he's getting him a warning. A little bit of a verbal warning down there to that 12's pit box. as he's going to try and get underneath Outery here. And Outery closes the door pretty quick to go back up towards the leaders. Nothing much has changed here. Looks like the 18 going to try and make things happen. These three still up here, still bumper to bumper. Looks like a dang super speedway race out here. To go back to Beast here. A lot of eyes are on him. Brian Nasuspace is actually not doing too bad, all things considered. For his second start since Daytona, he's done pretty well. He's up to 9th place. DSA Majors, wide receiver, Trainwreck, Polar Garrett, and New Carter all are not on the lead lap. So he is the car that is last on the lead lap, but he is still the lead lap, which is something that 5 other guys cannot say right now as he makes some contact with a wall. Go back up toward the leaders here. The XPN might get another look. Ooh, he made a lot of contact with the wall. That let the 34 get back into it. Cuts down hard in 3 and 4. Trying to get that bumper in there. Won't make it happen. The 21 still making that high side work. You can see these two's telemetry. They are fighting hard. Trying to get a better exit. They both get just about an equal exit. Yikes Piano's got a good bit of speed thanks to that draft. He elects to start letting off the gas, though. Zadencore back there still waiting in the wings, trying to make something interesting happen. And then we will see what happens. Now we're making this work, and yeah, wide receiver trying to make this pass on Trainwrecks. Maybe possibly trying to get the lucky dog. It's going to be a very, very close contest, though, as AJ is making his move on the 12 car. Unsuccessful so far. And Beast has really got to get that 12 up into 4th place if he wants things to get any better for Smart Coders Championship chances. Again, we're going to check the tires on that 34 car. 69% on that 34. Pushing that car as hard as it'll go, as opposed to the 75% of Yikes Piano. So him actually waiting back and trying to make this happen has cost him more rubber than it has these two up here fighting for the lead. Schleicher is looking like he wants to just stay in the lead here. He's fighting hard to keep this 18 behind him, and as a result, he's also using a lot of rubber. The 18 is in a very, very good spot here. If this is any kind of indication as to how things are going to end up, we may see someone get a puncture either from the lead or from the leading parts of the pack, as we're coming up on some lap traffic here shortly. And they have just left everybody else on the lead lap in the dust. There's nobody within even a mile of them. And these guys are just going to keep pushing. It's been pretty good so far. 18, Yikes Piano. Gets a really good run in the middle of that corner. Gets on the inside of the 21, using the tires, gassing it up side by side now. Door to door. Schleicher doesn't have the rubber to hang on. Yikes Piano does. Contact between them. He got that right front on the door. And now Schleicher goes up high. And we've got ourselves a new leader. 18, Yikes Piano going to the lead, but Schleicher is not giving it up without a fight. He goes down to the inside on the back straightaway, sends it very hard. That will open up the bottom. Yikes Piano takes it back, but he has to brake on exit, and that will give Schleicher a big advantage. And now the 34 giving him a big shove, and now they make contact. They're still fighting each other, banging doors going into turn 1. Schleicher forced to take the high line as a result, making light contact with the wall there as well. And they are not coming up on this lap traffic anytime soon, which means it's just these three battling for the lead. And the 21 makes more contact with the wall. trying to make things happen. And again, this is not a very wide racetrack, right? You can at most probably get 3 wide. If you get 4 wide, I will be very, very surprised. And yeah, it is just looking like it is not a very wide track. The 21 giving the 18 a boot. Sleesher giving Yikes Piano the boot, and as a result, new leader 21. The 18 also did not get to the outside, so the 21 still hanging on to this lead. However, if we take a look at telemetry, he is doing much better on tires, up 7% on that right front and over 9% on that front left. They are running very low on fuel, however, so they will have to pit. Yikes Piano still has a good pit, will stay out for an extra lap, as Sleesher will be the first man down pit road. Green flag pit stops here at Miami Speedway, and we will take you to a quick crank it up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Homestead Miami Speedway. And Yikes Piano has lapped almost the entire field. Because he was able to save that little bit of extra fuel, he was able to run a couple of laps. And he has lapped almost the entire field. Everybody is off the lead lap. Yikes Piano has lapped the entire field. I can't remember when the last time that happened. Oh my goodness. What can you even say? I mean, Sleesher, he's going to get his lap back here, as the 18 has yet to pit. I didn't realize he had yet to pit. So he will pit. As you saw, the 34 also made an illegal stop in his pit box. He was just a little bit sideways. You know, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Sleesher rounding turn 4 as Yikes Piano comes out of pit lane. So Sleesher coming down the front stretch will make the overcut happen. So Yikes Piano not able to keep the lead due to the pit strategy. However, a majority of the field will still be off the lead lap, which is just absolutely insane. And now, okay, gotcha. So, we are hearing from race control that the ticker is bugged and not to worry too much about it. Just pay attention to the places. However, as per the rest of this race, Sleesher will be in the lead, Yikes Piano behind, and Zaydencore will be trying to chase them down. Their battle is much more spread out than it was for the first 50-ish laps of this race. But, yeah. The closest car on the lead lap is still NASCAR is Awesome in that 27 car. And now we'll have to see how that goes. Well, he's had a pretty good day so far, all things considered, subbing in for Creasm in that 27. Had himself a pretty good day so far. Hoping he can continue to make that happen. Nightblade getting chased down by the 77 of AJ. And again, this is for 6th place. So big points on the line with this one. AJ gets a much better exit out of that corner. He's most likely using a lot of tires to get there, though. Jack's Piano cuts into Sleesher's lead further. And the 77 trying to get underneath the 99. It does so successfully. Now they're side by side going into turn 1. AJ on the bottom, Nightblade on the top. Nightblade making light, just barely brushes the wall there. Sent it a little hard, though, and as a result, the 99 is able to get right back to the bumper. But it looks like the 77's got himself a faster car, and AJ will take P6 away from him. So, after that whole debacle, Yikes Piano has cut 7/10 out of Sleesher's lead. He does have train wrecks between him and Sleesher, so that lap traffic could potentially become an issue, and Zaydenkor is falling further behind. He's now 8 seconds off the lead lap, and the caution does come out. We've got some junk on the back straightaway here, and it appears to be Carter 11 again. Unsure what happened. And that will result in a yellow. So Sleesher will win the race back. And Trainwreck's going down to the apron as a result of him being a lapped car. So the 21 wins the race back to the caution. The 18 will be in second, Zaydenkor in third, and NASCAR's Awesome will bring up fourth. Outery looks like he's going to take 5th place. No, he doesn't. He's going to try and pit, and he goes into the pit wall. And he's gone. He's gone. He may be out of the race. He is out of the race. They're saying he had to go, was not able to finish the race. So as a result, AJ will get 5th, and Beast will be up to 6th. Nightblade falling. Trying to make this happen. Looks like we're hearing from race control. Brian NASA Space will be the lucky dog, and as a result, he will be back on the lead lap. And they're also saying in race control that you are not allowed to pit if you want the wave around. So, a couple of guys appear to be taking off. That'd be DSA Majors and a wide receiver in that 00 Toyota and the 23 Chevrolet. Zaydenkor maintains 3rd. NASCAR's Awesome maintains 4th. 5th place is not DSA, it's AJ. And then Beast in 6th, and 7th will be Nightblade. And now, looks like we'll see these guys go down pit road. AJ staying out. The 77 stays out on 1,100 milliliters of fuel and 89% on that front right. So that just made things interesting. Meanwhile, going back to pit road, Yikes Piano might be the first man off. Looks like Zaydencore, NASCAR man, is the first man out of his pit stall. The 18 will win the race off pit road, followed by the 27. Great stop from that 27 team. Zaydencore behind him, and Sleesher will be bringing up our 5th spot. Oh. So now that the lap cars hanging down below the apron, we'll see what happens. We're going to take you to a quick crank it up before we go green. All right, and we are back here at Homestead, Miami, ready to get some more green flag laps underway. And now, AJ will bring them back to the green flag. Big push from the 27 going below the white line. And, uh-oh, something's wrong with that 77 car. Something is very wrong with that 77 car. It gets out of the way of the leaders and starts meshing in with the lapped traffic. And as a result, that has let NASCAR is awesome fight Yikes Piano for the lead of the race. Now, 2 by 2 into turn number 4. And they make contact. The 21 under the apron. The 18 into the wall. Sleesher will take the lead, but not before Zaydencore comes back on the underside. Crosses the line. He'll lead the first lap in his green flag run. Zaydencore, after all that waiting, finally gets out front. Yikes Piano working on Sleesher behind. And now things start making it happen. We've got one sideways. It's NASCAR. NASCAR sideways on the back straightaway, tags the 00. The 00's around. Now sliding back up the track, takes out the 88. Oh no. Big damage for that 00. And a hard lick into the wall as well. 88 now going in as the caution comes out. So now Zaydencore will be your new leader. And that was very quick. So we are going to take a quick break for you real quick. We will be back when they are done with pit stops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jackal Racing Cup Series. So, after that stage of yellow flag pit stops, we're seeing a pretty good spot, all things considered. Nightblade in that 99 stayed out, so he will lead us to the green flag. Sleesher went into battle off pit road, and a little bit of chaos happening in the back of the pack, but it doesn't matter because we are green here at Homestead Miami Speedway, just under the halfway point of this race. About 20 more laps and we'll be halfway done. Nightblade on the bottom, but cannot compete. They are 3 wide for second. Nightblade in the middle, and they've got the speed. Sleesher with a blazing exit out of turn 2 and carries it into turn 3. Yikes Piano is already at work, though, trying to take the lead from him. Hank the bumper, but still nothing. If you're looking, ladies and gentlemen, for wondering on an update zone in the SEC, Alabama currently leads South Carolina 14-9 with 44 seconds left in the first half. Now, as we get back to Miami, Florida, Sleesher in the 21 is trying to maintain the lead, which has been under fire all day long from Yikes Piano and Zaydencore. Zaydencore gives the 18 a little nudge right there. Uh-oh, we've got one spinning. Looks like it's NASCAR is Awesome, who had the lead a few moments ago, but he was spinning on the underside. Luckily manages to keep it together. And now we see we've got to make this work. And Brian NASA space all the way up to 5th. Wide receiver in that 23 pushing him. Trainwreck trying to get by the 00. Nearly causes an accident. AJ, who had trouble earlier. Brian NASA space into the wall. Brian NASA space into the wall. The 23 gave him a shove on the exit, and that resulted in him hitting the wall. Now they're both slow and under fire from AJ. And Brian NASA space into the wall again. Hard into the inside wall he goes. Spinning. Down the back straightaway. Hard into the inside wall again. The 23 gets T-boned by the 26 of Carter. Oh no. Massive crash for wide receiver and new Carter. The race back is complete. And it looks like Yikes Piano will have the lead after Zaydencore put some pretty hard pressure on him. Oh no, what a hard accident for that 76 team. They've been having a rough day all day. They're already 9 laps down. And Brian, you can see he just gets loose. And then the 23 trying to give his teammate a shove, trying to push him up to try and take 4th place away. And as a result, just sends him into the wall. They both go careening, and the 9 continues to crash. It's not even over. 2 laps later, he's still crashing as they are getting ready to come to pit lane. And engine and wheel alignment is not looking good. That will make wide receiver the lucky dog. However, I believe he is multiple laps down, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. However, the Battle of Pit Road is commencing. Yikes Piano is the first man down there. And, ooh, 27 of NASCAR is Awesome, who's already been having a pretty rough day today, has been sent to the rear for a tire out of the box. Definitely not one you see every day. And Yikes Piano will win the battle off of pit road as Zaydencore stayed out from the looks of it. No, he did not. He won the battle off of pit road. I'm mistaken. AJ in second. And, oh, taking some damage right there. Might have gotten brake checked. Can you brake check under caution? Can you do that? AJ now, a pretty rough way to go. Trying to make this happen. And it looks like they will be doubling up and getting ready to go back green. AJ on the outside. Now, the last time he started up front, he had a problem shifting. I'm not really sure what was wrong with the car, but he wasn't able to get up to speed fast enough, and it cost him big time in the long run. However, tires are looking good. Fuel is looking even better as we continue to get ready to go green. Here we go. Zadencourt to lead them back green. AJ in second. Gets up through the gears a lot better this time. And with a shove from the 21, might be looking at the lead. Heading to the outside, Sleesher and Yikes Piano already going to work 3 wide for second. Beast still trying to make up some time in the middle of the pack. He's got to get that 12 to a top 5 finish. And now Sleesher will be going for the lead, trying to get to the bottom of that 34, but the 18 is in the way as they hang on in the middle of the track. 3 wide back there. My goodness. Trainwreck and Nightblade were 3 wide. The 77 gets loose all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. He looks fine so far. But man, that is twice now he's gone from the front almost all the way to the rear. And really through no fault of his own from the looks of it. We continue to go up to the battle for the lead. Trainwreck is into the wall. Trainwreck is into the wall hard. Tags the 12 as well. That might be damage. And they'll be 3 wide back here as a result. 27 will be able to get by. 88 slams the door on the 77. Causes a bit of contact as well. And now Zadencourt continues to maintain the lead. He's been playing bridesmaid all day long. And now as we continue to close in on the halfway point in this race, he will take the high line and let Sleesher by. And he lightly brushes the wall. Nightblade also being told to watch the wall. The 34 is loose, bounces off the wall in the 21. Getting some serious damage on the right side. Wheel alignment is screwed. Gets spun around, collects the 00, and collects the 12 as well. Spinning hard into the wall he goes. Beyblade style all the way down the track. Caution is out. And the race back will continue. They're side by side off of turn 4. Sleesher and Yikes Piano, these two have been battling all day long. Yikes Piano takes the race back and the lead with it. And man, you hate to see that. I mean, Zadencourt, you know, he brushed the wall coming off of turn 4. Was trying to keep it straight, but that little wall brush might have done something to the tire alignment. And he just overcorrected. Went into the 21. As a result, that kinetic energy caused it to bounce off, and he's still not doing that great in the grass over in the turn 2 section. And he will finally get it back rolling. Made contact with the 00. DSA Majors was able to get away relatively unharmed, but the 12 of Beast was very heavily damaged. And pit lane is closed, so that 12 car is going to have to race with a yellow wheel alignment. That could potentially become a problem. Zadencourt still spinning back there. That is really rough. You hate to see that. And now he's going to try and get back up to speed, putting a lot of damage down on this race car. And we will go to a quick break while we wait for race control to sort out the situation. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from going back green here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Nightblade will be leading them back to the green flag after a very chaotic pit road section. And with all these cautions coming out recently, a lot of these guys have been able to get back on the lead lap, such as DSA Majors and wide receiver. Green flag is waiting. We are back underway here at the Jackal Racing Cup Series. Now, Nightblade leads them into the corner. They're 3 wide. Sleesher on the bottom, making it work. DSA Majors making contact with the wall. And we all keep it together in turn 1. And now Sleesher with a big push for the 0-0. He's now sideways. Sleesher goes around in front of the pack. They're 5 wide to try and avoid him. And they will all begin crashing in front of him. DSA Majors is sideways. Brian Nass is space involved. Trainwreck has major damage, and they tag the 76 on his way past the accident. No one is safe, and another big caution right here. You can see Sleesher just tried to use all of that momentum, and as a result, I think he was trying to door the 99. Oh man, that is really rough for Trainwreck. He has not had a good day today, and that certainly is not going to make it any better. If he took the chicken off his head, the car would most likely be a little bit more aerodynamic. But then again, I don't know. Oh, we've got 2 crashing on the front straightaway still. Zayden Court and DSA Majors coming together. That was very strange. And that is, oh my goodness. Wow. All right, well, that one did not take long. First lap caution as we come to the halfway point of this race. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you when we come back. Gentlemen, welcome back to Homestead Miami Speedway. And after another crazy battle on pit road, DSA Majors and AJ will be leading our front row. This should get interesting. Green flag waves as we continue here at Homestead Miami. Hopefully this is not a massive caution-filled affair. So far, so good. It's AJ again going wide in turn 1. That's going to cost him some serious positions. AJ gaining quite a good bit there. And, oh, he's bouncing hard off the wall. Does manage to keep it together, but that will cost him some serious time. Yikes Piano getting underneath DSA Majors to lead the first lap of this green flag run. Maybe DSA got a good exit. Yikes Piano will beat him out by 2/100ths. And now DSA Majors forced to go wide in that turn. They're 3 wide behind him. And, uh-oh, we've got one spinning back there. It's Polar Garrett, the 33. I think he cut across someone's nose, but he is able to get it back rolling. We will stay green. Yikes Piano maintains the lead. Zaydencore close behind. Sleecher trying to get through the traffic of the field to get back up to someone who has been his main rival over this race so far. And again, the 18 making light contact with the wall. That's going to give Zaydencore an opportunity as Sleecher is going underneath the 00. The 00 hits the wall. DS8 Majors into the wall. Down onto the apron. Comes back up onto the track. Will keep it together. No, he won't. Slams into the 27. NASCAR is awesome. Goes around. And it's a single car incident. He has engine damage. We are still green. He has yet to move. Now is back rolling, but definitely not at racing speed. And as a result, that could change everything. No caution. So big damage to all 3 of those guys that were involved. And Sleecher, Zaydencore, and Yikes Piano. We've said these 3's names all day today. They will continue to fight for the lead. Door banging the 21. Barely gets by the 27. Oh, man, that got dicey there for a second. The 34 bouncing off the wall and into the 21, sending him down the track. That could have been much worse. And the 34 will continue to push the 21. Tries to go underneath, but elects to pull out at the last second. Gives him a nice little nudge into the corner. And they're going to continue to try and chase down the man who has led the most laps today, Yikes Piano. And, oh, Nightblade hard into the wall he goes. That was a massive lick on the inside wall. He will keep it going. He cut across the nose of the 23 car. And that was a hard lick right there. Still no caution. We continue to fight for the lead. So we're just about to crack our 100th lap. Sleecher underneath the 18. Now he's sideways. Hard into the inside wall he goes. Big crash. And that will keep him on the apron at least for a little bit until all the rest of these cars can get by. Big engine damage. That might knock him out of the race. Oh no. Yikes Piano and Zaydencore. The only men left to try and fight for the lead of this race. As we start lap 100, Yikes Piano was on that high side, and then Sleecher just slid up the track, gassed it up a bit too early, and he clipped his front across the quarter panel. The 18 made contact with the wall, but so far things are looking fine, and uh-oh, we've got a big caution. Big problems. NASCAR is awesome in the pit lane. The 33 and AJ, Polar Garrett and AJ collecting each other in 1 and 2, and the race back is complete. Yikes Piano will lead them back to the yellow flag. With Beast in third, we've been talking about him a bunch today and how he's been kind of underperforming for how good that 12 equipment is. But look at him, he's in 3rd place now. So very good out of him. The 23's up to 4th, and Brian Nassaspace is in the top 5. Says Trainwreck is in 9th, but I'm not sure that that's properly updated. So we'll just have to see. Pit road appears to still be closed, and we will come back when they are ready to go green. We are getting ready to go back green here at Homestead Miami Speedway. DSA Majors looked like he jumped the start, but lets the leader take the line. That's Yikes Piano. And Brian Nass's space getting pushed up the racetrack. Light brush with a wall. Sleesher. That was dangerous. But he has already made his way to fourth and now working for third place. Trainwrecks is sideways. Saves it, keeps it together. And Brian Nass's space will hang on to fifth place. Or excuse me, that's sixth place. Up there. He's going to keep trying to get back up to his teammate. The 12 of Beast did not have a good time on pit road. For those of you looking at an update on SEC football, Alabama currently leads South Carolina 14-12 after South Carolina kicked a field goal at the end of the first half. Now, getting back out of turn 4, these guys are still fighting for the lead, and even though Sleesher careened head on into the inside, he managed to get all the way back up to third and ready to fight for the lead. Speaking of fighting for the lead, Zadencore has his bumper on the quarter panel of Yikes Piano. We haven't seen a whole lot of fight out of that 34 car today. And Sleesher gets underneath him. They're going to be door to door off turn 4. Contact between them. More contact as they come across the start finish. The Sleesher down on the bottom. Zadencore up top has to lift, and as a result, that will give Sleesher the position, but he's going to get a big bump. Hard contact into the wall. That's going to let Yikes Piano keep going in, and we've got trouble in the back. Trouble in the back. It's Beast hard into the inside wall. Brian Nass's space on the apron to try and avoid it. And so far, it appears to just be a one-car incident. Things got shaky as these guys try and get back into pit road. Still no caution. We keep fighting. Zadencore trying to get by this 21. Meanwhile, Yikes Piano is using this opportunity to just run away from the people who've been hounding him all day long. Zadencore gets a good exit, big shove to the back of the 21. Several cars in the pits. They are going to go a lap down here. Brian Nass's space is among them. Beast is now a lap down. They're going to try and get underneath Zadencore, not quite. Was trying to make that happen, but still nothing. Sleesher still leads Zadencore here. And somebody got bought for speeding in the pit lane. That appears to be wide receiver, who also has the rear of the car outside the box. That could potentially incur another penalty. As we go back to the leaders, Yikes Piano is not exactly running away, but Sleesher is not really catching him either. That's allowed DSA Majors in that 00 to try and catch up. Big shove from the 34. More tire problems. You see Yikes Piano down to 90% on that right front already as Sleesher continues to fight. And he's got a yellow wheel alignment, so definitely some issues with the handling. Possibly a power steering issue as well, down to 88% on that front right. And now, with just over 1,000 milliliters left to go, there should only be one more pit stop before this race is over. As we've got roughly 156 to go. Or 163 to go. Not 163, 63 to go, excuse me. As the laps wind down, Zadencore appears to have given up on trying to take this position away from Sleesher. They're going to try and settle in, try and keep it as close as they can, so that when these green flag pit stops hit, someone who is able to get out in front and stay out in front can maintain their advantage. That is the idea. Zaydenkor now getting a very good exit out of that corner, giving a big bump to the 21. 21 able to close the gap to the 18 just a little bit. Still not quite able to pick up the draft. The 34 picks up a great exit, though, gives him another push. Shaves a 10th off the gap, but still a long way to go. As we continue to go on here. Ooh, Trainwreck's got a little bit loose back there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That got a little bit dicey. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick crank it up. And as we come back, it looks like we're seeing very big tire usage out of Zaydenkor. He's down to 84% on that front right, whereas Sleesher's down to 80%, and he will get underneath him. Sleesher lets him by for second place. He's going to try and continue saving those tires, trying to get back on schedule for the pit stops. And as a result, Zaydenkor will now be free to try and chase down the 18. He's already out to a 1.2 second gap, though. So we'll have to see how things go. TSA Majors now trying to take third place away from Sleesher. Still nothing here yet. These four are going to try and make this happen. Sleesher still running lower and lower on the fuel. He has definitely not been easy on the car, and that's going to start showing here soon. The 00 getting loose momentarily there. And this whole track is just nice and spread out. Zaydenkor now within 1 second of Yikes Piano's lead. Still trying to close this gap. He's now within 0.7 seconds. He has the faster car, but he has to be pushing it right now. He has to be pushing it right now, down to 80% on that right front, whereas Yikes Piano is down to 81. So they're both just about equal on tires. So we'll see what happens. Zaydenkor closing in on the lead ever so closely. He's now within 0.5 seconds now. Still just trying to reel him in. Have to see what happens. Yikes Piano, not a great exit out of that corner. Zaydenkor is going to take advantage of that, close the gap even further. Seems like Zaydenkor really likes the middle of this racetrack. He seems like he's really able to get that middle of the corner speed and able to propel his exits very well out of the center of the corner. And he's losing 2/10 on that lap. He needs to work to try and get some of that ground back. And we do have lap traffic coming up and in a hurry. The lap traffic appears to be... Oh, AJ's gone. The lap traffic does appear to be Beast. It looks like. They are catching him pretty quickly. Zadencourt trying to get back within striking distance of the 18. He's got a very good run down the back straightaway. Now closing in as Sleesher and DSA Majors continue to clash for third place. Gets a very good exit out of that corner. And he'll be down to 0.6 seconds now. He gets another run on the back stretch like that. He may be able to get the draft and really start reeling him in. Cuts down hard and will not hit the wall there. Looked like he was for a split second. Will sacrifice some exit speed, but he's got him in such a way that I think he's just going to try and stay in the wake of the car, try and reduce that air resistance on his front. Still within 0.6. He's not gaining, but he's not losing either. Yikes Piano's certainly feeling the pressure, feeling the 34 breathing down his neck. Whole race on the line. 50 laps to go now. And they're going to keep trying to reel him in. Meanwhile, Sleesher and DSA Majors falling further back in the field. Trainwreck is within 1.5 seconds of them. Zadencourt gaining a little bit of time there, but it's only a few hundredths. He's going to need some really, really good laps if he wants to reel him in before these green flag pit stops. We go back to the data. It's only 600 milliliters of fuel left. They're using an average of about 30 to 40 on these laps. So just a few laps worth of fuel left for Zadencourt. 73% on that front right, while Yikes Piano has 74 and just over 500 milliliters of fuel left. He's saving so he can stay out for another lap and try and go for the overcut. See what happens. Zadencourt is now within 0.5 seconds again. Yikes Piano runs a heck of a lap though. However, he does get his left sides on the apron. As a result, has to brake. And now Zadencourt will be right on the rear bumper. 0.5 seconds still the gap. And they're going to keep edging closer to this lap traffic. You got to wonder, does Beast play a factor in this? There are only a handful of cars left on the lead lap, and Beast is not one of them. So you wonder if he just kind of concedes and lets him by, or if he maybe tries to fight the 18 or maybe even the 34. He's going to try and make this happen. Gap back up to 0.6. Zadencourt using every bit of his tires, but now the 18's got some draft from Beast there. And does Beast try and hold him up? They elect to go to the high side. That's going to buy the 34 a lot of time, and that will get him even closer to the 18. Now back within 0.5. Trying to stay in the draft is the 18. Gets right up to the back of him. Is trying to get by this lap traffic with Zadencourt breathing down his neck. The 12 pulls low to try and defend the line. Gives him a big bump, trying to boot him out of the way, and he will do so successfully. Gets on the quarter panel, more contact between them. The 12's not giving up without a fight. Beast is having a very real impact on the outcome of this race. The 34 is right on the rear bumper of the 18. Trying to get this position with less than 45 laps to go. The 34 of Zadencourt, that was all he needed to get right back up to the rear bumper of the 18. And now sending it hard into that corner. Brian Nass's space now going to be a problem for the 18 as well. And he will brake and let the 34 go by. New leader, Zadencourt in that 34 car. An incredible pass and way to make that lap traffic work. He's just going to keep pushing Brian Nass's space out of the way. And now the gap grows even larger. So, I think Yikes Piano's got some issues. Yikes Piano is going very, very slow. He just started really taking it easy after that, and that's because he is preparing to pit. So he's actually going to go for the undercut on Zaydenkor. And he will be the first of our lead lap cars to pit. And they're saying, oh wait, they're saying the right front went down. He had a puncture on his right front tire at the worst possible time. That could potentially cost him the race. He will get out of the pits. Zaydenkor rounding turn 4. He could potentially go a lap down here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. He will go a lap down. So now Yikes Piano, who started on pole and has been very competitive all day long, will be going a lap down. He's going to try and go for this undercut. Zaydenkor will have to pit soon. He is running low on fuel. He'll stay out for another lap. Nightblade going into the pits now. And Zaydenkor just looking to keep the whole field under wraps here. The closest man to him right now is Trainwreck with a 10-second gap. DSA Majors right behind him. They're going to keep chasing each other. And I believe that Zaydenkor will be coming into the pits after this lap. Yes, he is. So Zaydenkor enters pit lane. Everyone's going to try and get their laps back. And a caution right now would be absolutely disastrous for not only Sleesher, but Zaydenkor as well, who is going back into the pits. Wait, what? No, he is in the pits. We're looking for Yikes Piano. Yikes Piano heading into turn 3. Zaydenkor's already on his way out of the pits. The overcut has worked. And Yikes Piano's very half-hearted attempt at an overcut, or excuse me, an undercut, due to the puncture on the right front, throws off the pit cycle timing. And he will be coming out behind Zaydenkor. However, Zaydenkor's not up to racing speed. He could potentially take the lead back. Zaydenkor trying to pull a Kevin LePage. The 12 stays in front. He knows how important this is. The 12 goes sideways. He saves it. Unbelievable save from Beast in the 12 car in the 18s. Trying to bully him out of the way. Trying to get back to the lead. But now they're on fresh tires and fuel. With just a handful of laps to go, the 18 will get around the 12 car. And now this is really where it gets entertaining. Still trying to make this work. Here we go. He's going to keep chasing him down. Trainwreck is still the leader. I believe he has yet to pit. So yes, he will pit with just enough fuel to make it to his stall. So Zaydenkor and Yikes Piano. The gap now to 0.4 seconds. Oh, he's going to get him right here. Zaydenkor took the high line. The high line has been super slow all day long. That's going to let the 18 get right behind him. Has to brake on exit to keep from hitting the wall. And with 36 laps to go, this is the battle for the lead. Trainwreck is still out front here, as he just came out of the pits. But it's very difficult to tell. There's 3 guys in first place right now. The ticker has just gone completely berserk. So Trainwreck, as of right now, is still ahead. But I believe he is much slower. And the yellow does come out. Where's it at? And, oh, Trainwreck is sideways. That's the leader. Trainwreck is sideways on the exit of 4, reverse down pit lane. Nails the pit wall as well. Trying to find out where the accident is. I believe this is the accident. We don't normally see race control throw cautions. We don't normally see race control throw cautions for single car incidents. So that is very interesting. And now the question is, even though you just pitted, who will go in? And now with 1,200 milliliters of fuel, that is enough to make it to the end. It looks like these two will be leading everyone back to the race to the green flag, and Sleesher makes his way to third. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Homestead Miami Speedway, and we'll be going green very shortly. Everybody has enough fuel to make it. Everybody's good on tires. But if you're wondering why Yikes Piano is in 5th, the reason for that is coming into pit lane, he hit the pit wall and flipped as we go green here. DSA Majors and Nightblade will finish off the front row while Zaydenkor tries to get his way out into the lead. DSA Majors still hanging on, forces the 34 high that leaves the window open for Sleecher on the bottom. Sleecher makes contact with a 0-0. DSA Majors is sideways and he's got engine damage, and now they're all coming together. Nightblade is sideways, collects the 33. And tags the 9 as well, who gets into the 76. And so far we are still green, which means Sleecher and Zaydenkor will be fighting for the lead in front of Yikes Piano. They're going to continue fighting. Zaydenkor might try for a big bump into this corner. He does. 21's able to hang it in the center, but it is high on the exit. Has to lift the 34 right into him, sends him into the wall, and he spins him out, but he's going to spin as well. The 34 got sideways. Zaydenkor's losing a ton of spots with just under 26 to go. And now, Yikes Piano will be chasing down Sleecher for the lead. Massive race implications right here. If Yikes Piano wins this race, Beast is in 3rd, so that does increase his chances significantly and increase the points he's going to get. However, it may not be enough. And so now Zaydenkor has to try and get back up to the front, but with only 26 laps to go, that is going to be a nigh-on impossible task to try and get back up to those guys. It's not impossible, but it is going to be difficult. Now, if they continue to fight for the lead, he could potentially get it. '21 seems to be pulling a slight gap on Yikes Piano here. Left car is in view. He's going to try and hang on the bottom here. That's the faster lane. He needs to be up on the high side if he wants to remain in the good graces of race control. Now Yikes Piano's got a big run on the front straightaway. Does not look to the inside. Not quite yet. They both go up high. They thought the 0-0 would go low again, but he went up high. And as a result, they have to cut down hard, both of them using their tires. And Zaydenkor is catching up just barely. He is pushing that car as hard as it will go. 23 laps to go now. Excuse me, 24. Now 23 to go. The 18 making a move to the outside. Yikes Piano trying to hang in there. Going for the crossover move. The 21's not having it. Keeps the window closed. Trying to get a big battle for the lead going. Zaydenkor shaves 0.3 off the gap right there. He's got the draft from DSA Majors as well to help him out. While these two continue to fight, it's going to be very easy for him to get back into the picture. Now 22 laps to go. Sleecher just trying to hug the bottom of the racetrack, not give Yikes Piano any opportunities. But if he keeps getting high on exit, Yikes Piano's going to be able to pull alongside in the straight, and he will be able to do nothing. Now the 21 gets a big bump right there. That will not send him as high as I think Yikes Piano wanted. Still trying to chase him down is Zaydenkor, who shaves 2 more tenths, 4 more tenths off the gap now. Now Yikes Piano electing to go to the center of the corner, trying to get the momentum on the exits. Still in the draft. Might be able to look to the inside here, and he will look for a split second, elects to concede. And now Sleecher will continue to hang on to the lead. Gap now 0.5. Gap is now 0.13. And Zaydencourt is getting closer and closer. The longer these two fight, the more that 34 car comes back into the picture. The 21's in the wall. The 21's in the wall. It's going to cost him some time. Has to give the 18 the room. New leader. Yikes Piano on the high side. Can he make it stick? The 21 is sliding. The 21 is sideways. Down into the grass he goes. And he hits the curve as well to boot. That might give him some serious damage. And now he is basically out of the picture. Oh my goodness. Oh no. And a horrible turn of events for the 21 team. Now Zaydencourt has to try and get by the 00. Hanging down on this low side gap under a second. You'd think he would have closed in a little bit more, but I think DSA Majors was giving him some trouble. 0.6 seconds left now. We saw this fight commence earlier, but this time there's no lap traffic to get Zaydencourt the W. He needs to get this all on his own, and he's got just over 18 laps to do it. He's gotten this far, but he just needs to get a little bit farther, hanging it high in the center of the corner. Gap now, 0.56. He is closing in ever so slightly. DSA Majors with a very big send, trying to catch back up. I think he is intentionally trying to slow up to 34, but it's too little too late now. Schleicher is closing, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough. Now with 17 laps to go. Make it 16. Right here. And now 0.35 seconds is the gap. Zaydencourt has the draft, and he is closing. He has the faster car. He has the momentum. He has the rhythm. Yikes Piano has to start running faster, or he will lose the lead. But it may all come down to car placement. There is a slow car ahead, but I don't think they're going to catch him. He's still trying to hang in there. The 34 is getting closer now. Gap back to 0.56, now 0.23. As he brakes a little heavy going into this corner, that will allow all of them to catch up. He's 79% on that front right with 800 milliliters of fuel to go. And now 82% on that front right with 800 milliliters of fuel to go. They're both using tires and fuel about the same. It's going to come down to who wants it more, who's going to be willing to take that big risk and win it all. He's trying to make it happen. They thunder down the racetrack one after the other. He's been playing bridesmaid all day today. Zaydencourt trying to take the glory, trying to take the win for himself. It's been a long day, a long, arduous, hot Miami fall day. The gap now 0.31. Yikes Piano might be running just fast enough that Zaydencourt will not get a look in as the laps wind down. We've got just over 13 laps to go. Have to see what happens. I think it's just going to be all on whether or not Yikes Piano makes a mistake here. Schleicher is getting back into the picture. So if these two do come together, or if they slow each other down enough, that could potentially put him back in the running. And now the 34 closing in on the 18, gets a great run out of the corner, and the draft is going to help him accelerate. He might get a look on the inside here. Won't quite get there. The straight line speed wasn't quite there. The 18 hugs the bottom. The 34 takes the high and will exit high as well. High entry, low center, high exit will cause a little bit of trouble. 0.5 seconds the gap now. Yikes Piano's running some very good laps, but that turn 1 and 2 seems to be where he's weakest. As the gap closes again, Zaydencourt trying to stay in the wake of that 18. Yikes Piano hard into the center of the corner. He is going to wash up the track, though. He's washing up the track. The 34 is going to get a look. Won't get the bumper in, but it's going to be close coming into turn 1. The 34 cut down hard, and as a result had a bad exit. And now they're going back into turn 1. The 18 washes up the track again. Those tires are wearing down. Trying to make it happen. Gets the bumper almost to the quarter panel, but that draft is going to make it close. Coming back now into turns 3 and 4. 34 in the center, 18 stays low. If he washes up the track again, that could potentially cost him the lead. With 10 laps to go, make it 9. Or excuse me, yes, make it 9 laps to go as they get under the 23 of wide receiver. That was maybe going to potentially cause some trouble as the 34 files in behind him. And he is going to be slowed down. The 00 giving him a massive shove. The 34 has to take the opportunity, and he does. He doesn't break quite enough, though. He is going to wash up the track, get some contact with the 00. Where in the world did Sleesher come from? Gets underneath DSA Majors. I don't believe it. He's back in the picture to try and win this race. All 3 of these guys have been battling all day long. Gap now, 0.5 seconds. Still the 21's around. Sliding hard into the apron, and now on the corner panel, more contact behind. Everybody is holding their breath. Everyone's on their feet. And with 8 laps to go, soon to be 7, the 34 is the only man left who can challenge Yikes Piano. This for 4 wins in a row. Center of the corner now. He's putting a lot of stress on that right front tire the way he's cutting down to 68%. He's got enough fuel to make it, but that tire is wearing down. Who's got more left on the tires? And it looks like Yikes Piano's got just a little bit of tires that he's going to be able to use on these last 7 laps. Zaydencourt, if he's going to make his move, he needs to make it now. He's got the draft. Bad exit. He's going to be right on the rear bumper, trying to go around the outside. Will get the lead. Will get the bottom lane as the 18 continues to wash up the track on the exit. The 34 right on the back bumper. Zaydencourt, the whole day comes down to this. Tries to get on the underside. Won't quite get there. Makes contact with the 18. They both start washing up the track. High into the center of the corner now. Cutting down low. Both of them. 6 laps to go. Make it 5 to go now. And now the 34 continues to close. It is going to be a very, very tight finish. Shades of Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe at Darlington earlier this year. Trying to find it now. He has the momentum. He's alongside. They're door to door with 4 laps to go. He will get by him. Does he slam the door? The 18 will get back underneath him, but he doesn't have the speed. Now has to brake on the high side. New leader, Zaydencourt in the 34 car. One of the only laps he's led today, but it's going to be one of the most important ones as we go into laps to go now. More tires screeching. Contact elsewhere on the track. Somebody's going into pit lane. The 34 pulls low to defend his line. Now goes back up high. Trying to get the optimal entry. Will he wash up the track? The 18 around the outside, hanging around. He's got the bumper. Can he keep it there? Yes, he does. The 18 of Yikes Piano is fighting back. And here comes Sleesher. They're 3 wide on the front stretch. I don't believe it. The 21 gets by the 34. And now he'll be fighting for the lead with 3 laps to go. And here we go. The running order has been this way for the top 3 all day long. Does Sleesher have an answer for the domination that has been Yikes Piano? Now that 34 is back under him, they can't keep fighting each other. They've got to try and catch him. Now, 2 laps to go. The 18 starts sliding. He washes up the track. The 21 is low on tires. He's been using them all day long. Yikes Piano down to 66, 62 on the 21. Zaydencourt might be out of the picture. And Yikes Piano, I think, is going to be able to keep this one in. The 21, I don't think, has an answer for the day that has been Yikes Piano. And the 21 is sideways, crashing into the grass. It's a single car spin, no caution. That is brutal. He gave it everything he had, but it just was not enough. Into turn 3. Now rounding turn 4. The 18 car has been in front all day. He started on pole. He's the fan favorite. He will come across the line and win at Homestead Miami Speedway. After an exhilarating battle between himself, the 21, and the 34, he will come away with the victory. Yikes Piano, 4 race wins in a row. He turns the hat trick into a quadra kill. That is incredible. Sleesher will come home P3 after the spin on the last lap. Zaydencore will be second. Nightblade finishes 4th. Brian NASA Space with a top 5. Polar Garrett in 6th. And Beast will be bringing up 7th place. Whew! My goodness. And what a race it was. The 18 getting ready to do his burnouts. He's pulling around on his victory lap. All right, so we're going to go ahead while we watch this on the 18. We're going to go ahead and bring Sleesher in here. Sleesher, you gave it everything you had, even going as far as to spin on the last lap, trying to find that extra bit of grip to chase him down. It looked like you were out of it in those last 20 laps, but you brought it all the way back to try and fight for the lead. How are you feeling?
And it went. The tires were so old, and everyone was pushing as much grip as they could. And I just overstepped it just a bit.
Yeah. When you got loose the first time and saw the 34 go by, did you think that you were out of it, or did you think that you had a chance? Because there was around 17 laps to go when that happened, and you had 17 laps to make up about 2 seconds of time. Did you think it was possible?
I didn't think it was possible, but I kept my head down, kept driving it, and I started to see that I was setting faster laps. The only issue was I was using my tires more than they were, and it cost me. I needed it to be 1 lap sooner to catch up to Yikes, not right there.
Fair enough. And again, those tire compounds that are meant to be less durable for this race, you know, did that really have an effect on the way that you guys were racing all day today? Because it was mostly you 3 battling up front for a majority of the day today. Did you feel like you had the fastest car?
I felt like I had the fastest car out of the 3 of us, and the whole race you just had to run the bottom and conserve that right rear tire. If you ran the top or slid it up too much, it would cost your whole run, and that's why our 3 cars performed the best right there. It's because we were sticking it to the bottom more consistently than everyone else was.
Fair enough. Well, Sleesher, thanks for stopping by. Don't worry about it. You'll get him next week.
Thank you, thank you, Cole.
Zayden Cora, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Rough day today. You played bridesmaid for most of the time, tried to chase down the 18 right there at the end. You put up a really, really, really good fight, but Sleesher from the top rope out of nowhere, man, what happened?
So, overall, we were just running top 3 all day, most of the day, you know. And at the end, I kind of burned up all my stuff. What is it called? I burned up all my stuff trying to catch Yikes Piano. Yeah. And yeah, it was just I just burned up all my stuff at the end, yeah, I wasn't really saving, but yeah, it was overall pretty crazy.
Fair enough. And again, we've been kind of talking. We talked about this, before the race started, with Yikes Piano and with Brian Nassaspace, who finished in the top 5 today. They were talking about, the tire compounds being a lot less durable for this race. How did you feel like the tires performed?
Well, I didn't get any practice at all, like probably not even like 5 laps, so I had no idea what I was expecting, But all I did all day was follow like Yikes and Sleesher, and yeah, I just kind of learned what they were doing. I was just following them the whole race, trying to like see if they were gonna make a mistake or something. But yeah, that was my strategy the whole race.
Yeah, I 100%. I think everybody is really proud of the way that you performed in this race. Hang your head high. It sucks to lose. I hate losing more than I want to win, and I definitely can empathize with you there. It sucks to come second, but you had a really, really good race today. So you just have to get him back next week.
Yeah, well, looking forward to that first win coming soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Coming soon. Definitely coming soon. You keep driving the way you did today, it'll come to you. Don't you worry about it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me, Zane and Core. I'm going to get Yikes Piano in here.
All right.
Yikes Piano, congratulations. You have won the Homestead Miami 175. How are you feeling? I would imagine, I would imagine you do feel fairly good. It's just one of those things, right? Winning races is difficult, but winning 4 in a row? Did you think you were going to be able to do it? I mean, hey, it happened, though. Let's be honest with ourselves. It definitely has worked out that way. And a very, very, very talented driver. You got a very, very talented team behind you as well. Coming towards that last cycle of pit stops due to the quick caution that came out towards the end of the race. When you hit the pit wall, what happened? And how did you think that you were going to recover from that? All right. I mean, yeah, that's kind of, it happens to the best of us. But when you did get that damage and you had to sit in the pit lane, you were thinking to yourself, like, is this it? Like, did I blow it? Like, because I'm going to be honest with you, that's what I was thinking. There was no way you were going to be able to come back. Then I saw that you were starting 5th on the green flag. And I was like, what in the world happened there? But I guess that there were a lot more lap cars than anyone anticipated out there today. Lap traffic was a big problem, and that right front puncture that you received late in the race as a result. Talk to me about that. What happened there? Interesting. So big tire blowout there. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could have been worse. You're absolutely right. One of the things that we were talking about was, obviously the tires being on that less durable compound. And you were talking to us before the race how your main plan was to just not drive the car as hard as you could and try and save as much resources as possible. With Sleesher and Zaydencore breathing down your neck all day long today, did that strategy change? Did you elect to go with an extra pit stop? Like, what was the plan once you realized that they were not going to lift off as much as you? Yeah, absolutely. Fair enough. I would 100% agree with you right there. Yeah, especially whenever you, you know, when you collect all of those marbles on those tires, it's really, really hard to maintain grip through there. So, yeah, but I believe that's all from us here at the Jackal Racing Cup Series. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Homestead Miami 175 winner, Yikes Piano, in the Red Bull number 18. That'll be all for us. Signing off for now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so very much for watching.